Hi, I'm Sergio Montes, and I wanted to talk about what I think a wearable technology might be used for in about 5 years or so. So, for a lot of teachers that are getting their credential in California, but not just here, but nationwide, usually that comes with a need to student teach for an extended period of time. Sometimes it's a semester, sometimes it's a year, depends on what program you're doing. But the idea of student teaching is so that you can give the teacher some hands-on, real-life experience in the classroom, right? So that when they become teachers themselves, they're able to have that kind of experience to lean back on and say, okay, I know what this feels like at least a little bit, and I can develop my skills further from there. Now, when I was doing my credential, I was already substitute teaching for 3 years. I had taught at a private school for a couple of years, so I already had what I call like podium time because I'm a music teacher. So I was used to being in front of kids in the classroom. I was used to doing all that. But when I was doing my credential and it was time for me to do my student teaching, COVID happened, right? And so when COVID happened, everything was turned upside down. It was all online. And while I didn't feel like my experience was cheapened. I was able to get some good information from my master teacher when I was doing my student teaching, but I I I had some experience. I had things to lean back on, but if I hadn't, it would have been tough. So I'm thinking there could be VR that's infused with AI, where student teachers can practice what it feels like to be in a classroom with different types of students. Like you can ask the this virtual reality program to like give you kids that have different types of issues, right? Different types of emotions, different types of outbursts, and you can like play these scenarios based on teachers' real life, what they've been going through, what they've been seeing. It could be infused with all these real life experiences that teachers have by the bucketful, and they could just get someone to record what it is, and or even using AI to kind of play along. It's kind of like improv. Like how do you deal with a student who is a little bit more, or you can ask the AI, the agent, to say, hey, I'd like you to give me some pushback. I'd like to practice these skills of de-escalation. I want to practice a skill of redirection. I want to practice these things. And the AI agent can kind of be the student, right? The different types of students you would come into contact with, and hear your response and have these conversations with you, right? So if ChatGPT and all these other AIs are already having conversations with us, then they can play the part, right? And I think that would be huge for teachers who are maybe in areas where they don't have access to student teaching, or maybe something like COVID happens and it's all online, or um, maybe it's just good practice for them to feel less nervous about possible issues, right? Because if the worst of the worst can happen virtually, right, in this AR in this VR controlled place, then when the real stuff happens, you have at least something to lean on. So I think that'd be a really cool use of a wearable type of technology that can really help bolden future teachers, or at least make them feel like they have a little bit more self-efficacy. So that's what I think could be in 5 years, or maybe it's already happening. I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't find it, but yeah, I think that's where something that we can use it for.